there, this video's called Live.
I'd be interested to see your
Extreme
reaction to
by-election,
the chairman of the
Conservative Party, loss,
his
UK,
resignation.
2022.
Oliver is a decent man, he's an honourable man. He's done clearly what he believed he had to do. He can no longer defend the indefensible.
Date today is the 24th of June, 2022.
The Labour Party, and the Labour Party has gone on a similar vein to you as well, saying that he has taken responsibility, but actually it is for Boris Johnson to take responsibility and resign. You have said that an honourable Prime Minister would consider his position. After that result, the vote of confidence in the Prime Minister, which he won. Do you still believe, and let's just get this out on the table, that the Prime Minister should resign?
Yes, absolutely, I do. The results of the two by-elections, by the way, have commiserations for both of our candidates who fought long and hard, and they deserve better. But the result was clearly a massive vote of no confidence in the Prime Minister. Another one. A fortnight ago, 41% of the Conservative Parliamentary Party indicated they had no confidence in the Prime Minister. I think an honourable man would have gone at that time. This Prime Minister seeks to struggle on, and I understand that this morning he has said that he will listen, but he will carry on. Well, he's not listening and he's blundering on. And
carry on.
We're now fighting, I think, for the soul of the Conservative Party, which is what I really care about.
He should not tell
do you think
lies.
Now, when Oliver Dowden, as the latest member, the closest member, one of the closest members to the Prime Minister, has resigned, do you expect, because this has to be led from the front, doesn't it? If Boris Johnson, if a Prime Minister sees those people around him, closest to him, expressing votes of no confidence, because at this moment in time, the Cabinet has been very united in its support for the Prime Minister. Do you see Oliver Dowden's move now as perhaps a trigger for more expressions of discontent?
It is possible that may happen, but it is up to my colleagues in the Cabinet to decide whether they can go on supporting a Prime Minister who, frankly, has trashed the reputation of the Conservative Party.
The party's destroyed, mate.
For honesty, for decency, for integrity, and for compassion. I'm a one-nation Conservative. The people of the West Country, by and large, who exercised their votes yesterday, are one-nation Conservatives. They think the same way that I do, and they've expressed their view in the ballot box. And the Prime Minister ought to understand that and go.
He had the majority support him when it came to that.
Carry on line.
Majority of Conservatives.
Pinocchio, Boris Johnson.
Margaret Thatcher had a majority, and she honourably resigned. Theresa May had a majority, and she honourably resigned. This Prime Minister is choosing to hang on to the door handle of number 10. But it can't go on forever, and it certainly won't go on.
He's turning tails, Boris Johnson is.
Who would you like to see in his place?
I'm not playing that game. The media has said over and over again, the problem is there isn't an obvious alternative. The problem is, actually, we're spoilt for choice. There are several people who would make very good Prime Ministers within the party, and one of those will emerge between now and the next general election and lead us into the next general election, which I trust we shall win.
Do you see, are any of those people you say who would make very good Prime Ministers in the current Cabinet?
Joan Hunt.
Some of them are in the current Cabinet, and some of them are outside it.
In all honest opinion, Boris Johnson has faced challenges, particularly in the last year, attacks on his leadership, and he hasn't.
Who knows?
Whether you're calling for it and are calling for him, in your words, to do the honourable thing, do you believe that Boris Johnson will resign anytime soon?
Johnson has great faith in himself. The problem is that increasingly the public, and I think the Conservative Parliamentary Party, don't have faith in him.
Roger Gale, thank you very much for your time with us this morning. So, Roger Gale, thank you.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up.
So if you're just joining us,
please subscribe to my channel, Stan Gems. One of the force people as always. Best spot, the needs to the many. Outweighing you. Thanks for watching this video.
This time in the morning, we'll be speaking to a Conservative minister. That was what was planned. If I go through a timeline, probably helps you understand what happened this morning. Those by-election results, both Tory losses came in just after.
Knew we'd lose the one in by-election, especially you name it.
We were scheduled to speak to Oliver Dowden, Conservative Party chairman. An hour and a half later, we understand that he's resigned. So he pulled out of the interview that should have been now.
No, you
we
would
were
sign
told at
Boris
that
Johnson
point
as well.
That the Conservative Party was working on who might.
The
speak
game is
to us. We were
afoot.
told we would speak to the Deputy Prime Minister Dominic Raab, but that too has gone away. They've told us definitely not.
I'm not
Dominic Raab,
surprised.
and we'll wait to find out whether we will have a figure.
They're
From the
nervous.
Conservative
We
Party,
know their days are numbered.
member of the cabinet or a senior.
They don't get rid of Boris.
We're
It's
still
going
waiting.
to get worse.
Time
Though.
now is 7:50.
Let's watch this video. Bye, everyone.
Mike's not